Hello, I'm Mayor Jeff Gahan. Thanks for watching. We've covered a lot of ground in the last few years and kicked up some dust. Our quality of life projects and safety improvements have made us the envy of Southern Indiana. We've revamped our parks, added a sportsplex, and very soon we'll open a brand new state-of-the-art family water park to replace the abandoned pool. Private business expansion allowed us to build a new firehouse and remodel 2 others. Additionally, we were able to rebuild a much-needed fire training tower after the original tower was closed and demolished years ago with no plan to replace this vital training tool. We've worked hard to address these areas and other areas of neglect as well. The old Eakin Avenue Rec Center, now the home of the Boys and Girls Club, received an upgrade. We preserved this historic structure and brought new energy into the downtown city club. We've replaced bridges and guardrails, street signs, and water pumps. Old worn-out snow plows have been replaced with safer, more productive models to expand services to roads and streets. If you've not already shared in New Albany's progress, I strongly urge you to do so. Go out and enjoy one of our improved parks. Be sure to drive down newly renovated Main Street on your way to enjoying some unique, vibrant downtown culture. If you find yourself there this summer, you won't have to walk far to enjoy great live music from our summer concert series at Bicentennial Park. Those are the results on the outside. On the inside, New Albany is stronger both financially and economically. I've kept all budgets balanced my entire time as mayor, and that's the first time that's happened in over a decade. Our city's financial rating being upgraded to an A+ is proof of that. We've also paid off 4 inherited debt obligations while paying off over $20 million of inherited debt from previous mayors. These things are important to me and our citizens because they have all been done without raising taxes. When necessary, we've moved to demolish vacant and unsafe homes, making room for neighborhoods to revitalize. Nearly 18 acres of blighted, vacated industrial buildings have been removed from our neighborhoods and replaced with a brand new area for people to play and improve their health at Silver Street Park. And let's not forget about our wastewater utility. It's an integral part of our city operation, and over the years it's been the source of controversy and EPA violations. Since I've become mayor, I've served as president of the board, and we've made improvements that will benefit the city for years to come. We decided early on that we needed to manage the utility in-house, saving $3 million in outside management fees. Overflows have been reduced from 66 to 15, and edit subsidies are now being returned to fund other important city council projects and other projects important to the city. These types of transformations take a concerted effort by many groups and would not be possible without broad support from our citizens and community members. I consider myself very fortunate to have the chance to lead the city of New Albany toward these improvements, and I feel proud to have served the last 3 years as your mayor. But our work is only beginning. Just now, word is spreading about our renewed energy and commitment to improve. Very soon, construction will begin on over 150 new apartments that will fill a 2-block downtown vacancy. New residents are key to continuing downtown's rebirth and resurgence, driving demand for new businesses, shops, and service centers. So, I'm excited to once again ask for your vote as mayor because there are lots of things in store. Again, I'm Mayor Jeff Gahan, and I would appreciate your support. Thank you, and again, thanks for watching.
Hello, my name is David White. I'm running for mayor of New Albany. If I thought the city was being run efficiently and effectively for all citizens, and the citizens had equal representation and were being delivered a quality product and service at the best price, I would not have run. Unwise decisions lead to consequences. Therefore, I believe our city is in trouble, and this is obvious when you look at the segregation, exclusion, debt, and controversy, and the credibility gap is widening. What greater form of poverty can a community have than this? I believe I can make a positive difference in the lives of people in this community. I believe that unity will engender an environment of inclusion and agreement and bring about a better New Albany-Floyd County. I am a candidate whose point of view of government is different than most. I see local government as a business that provides a product and a service to citizens that are not taxpayers, rather customers, and they have been on the wrong side of the ledger sheet for far too long. I want to lead our community down a path of growth and prosperity not the current path of segregation, debt, exclusion, and controversy. No candidate for mayor in modern history has had my experience in creating or running successful businesses, and that experience will shape how I lead the mayor's office. With my 35 years of experience in corporate America as an entrepreneur and executive, I will be a mayor that facilitates opportunities for entrepreneurism, crafting an environment for people in the free enterprise system to take risk-reward opportunities. I will make our city so that entrepreneurs know that New Albany is open for business, so we can provide a better paying job for you. I will forge public-private partnerships to enhance the city's business landscapes for generations to come. We need a mayor who has created jobs, a mayor who has real-life experience in building businesses, and a mayor whose number one priority is to serve all the people of New Albany, Floyd County. I want New Albany, Floyd County to reach its full potential. My plan, Advance New Albany 2016, will reinvent, rebuild, and rebrand for a renewed New Albany. Unification, budget surplus, job creations, and exceptionalism are key cornerstones to my comprehensive business plan. Advance New Albany 2016 is bold, and some may not support my vision, but it is necessary. If we think we can't, we can't. If we are the only limit to reeling in our future as a collective community, I want my candidacy to say that we dreamed bigger, made a plan, and dove in with our hearts, our minds, and hands. I'd like to ask you a question. Does one grow, evolve, and benefit humanity if one only listens to associates with persons or organizations who validate them? I am inviting all to focus on how much we have in common and be respectful of our few differences. We must understand that no label is so bad that its members must be considered as lacking in virtue. We can still treat others as we would want to be treated. I have a real passion for helping people and doing what is right, while making New Albany exceptional and prosperous, not just in our time, but for decades to come. When we do what is right, right will shine down and bless every step we take. Together, we can make this happen, and I would be honored to receive your vote. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Kevin Zerschmied. I'm proud to declare my candidacy for mayor. Having spent my entire life in New Albany, I've been fortunate to call several neighborhoods home. For the past 32 years, I've been self-employed as a contractor and realtor. My experiences as a citizen and business owner have given me a unique understanding of our city. There are few professions more noble than serving your community. For the past 9 years, I've had the privilege of being your city councilman. I've also served on the Horseshoe Foundation of Floyd County. As chairman of the Horseshoe Foundation Revolving Loan Fund, I've been able to help local businesses and organizations expand, grow, and benefiting many members of our community. This has given me tremendous insight into the makeup of our city and needs of our community. It's home to many who have achieved great success through personal commitment and dedication. New Albany is an extraordinary place to raise a family. We have a great educational system with teachers and staff passionate about their special role in helping our children grow and prosper. Our downtown is experiencing a rebirth and has great potential. Leaders, both young and old, throughout our community step up to make our city better. This takes many forms, from teams that draw national attention for their success on a baseball field to entrepreneurs who help create an environment where private enterprise can flourish. And it includes those whose spirit of volunteerism dedicated to keeping our great city clean and green. Sadly, all is not well with New Albany. During a period of our history where we should be building stronger community, stronger neighborhoods, and a stronger financial base that positions our city for long-term success, we are instead headed in the opposite direction. We have failed to attract and maintain the private investment in our community that provides the foundation for families and the city as a whole to prosper. Simply stated, city government has failed to invest in making New Albany attractive for business. We have lost sight of what it means to be financially responsible. While individuals, teams, and homegrown business leaders have achieved a great deal, City government has achieved a cumbersome amount of debt. $124 million. That's over $3,400 for every man, woman, and child. For a family of 4, that's over $13,000. Managing our tax dollars wisely doesn't seem important to the current leadership. This behavior is not sustainable and threatens our future more than anything else. New Albany needs and deserves a leader who will take control of current rapid spending. Maintaining our public finances responsibly and achieving the quality of life we want to have for New Albany are inseparable. We cannot have one without the other. The spirit of our city has been weakened by an arrogant attitude in City Hall. Too many people have been left out of the conversation about the direction our city needs to go. Too many people have been pushed aside. Instead, the city's top leadership should be known for bringing people together, connecting the city in new and innovative ways, and driving the discussion that is required for New Albany's long-term success. I will institute on day one a more transparent, inclusive, and user-friendly city government. We cannot reach our potential without such an environment. Every community is built upon strong neighborhoods. We have lost our way on this front and can do so much more that will improve the appearance of our city, the pride that we have in it, and recreate the spirit New Albany felt when it was named an All-American City in the late 60s under Mayor Tuffy Inman. This vision for New Albany will not come easy, yet with the right people, the right institutions, and the right leadership, New Albany can be the city it once was and should be. I am that leader. It's been great to be back at New Albany High School. I'd like to thank WNAS for this opportunity. I look forward to continuing this important conversation, and thank you for your continued support.
My name is Vicki Glotzback, and I am seeking re-election to the office of the New Albany City Clerk. I am a lifelong resident of New Albany and a graduate of New Albany High School. I attended IUS for 2 years after high school and worked for a local law firm. I also worked for a worldwide advertising agency before entering city government. In city government, I worked as a clerk in the municipal utilities office and as deputy clerk in the city clerk's office. For the past 4 years, I've had the honor of serving as your city clerk, and I am now seeking re-election to that office. While serving as city clerk, I have had the opportunity to work on a few projects to better serve the community. My office is now equipped to accept credit and/or debit card payments for violations, and you can pay those in person or over the phone. I am also in the process of having all of our historic record books scanned and digitized to make research easier and to preserve the already fragile condition of these documents. This is a very long process, and I would like to serve another term to see this process through. I also agreed to work with the mayor on converting one of the city's downtown permit parking lots into public parking to better serve downtown patrons. I hope to have the opportunity to serve another term as your city clerk and would appreciate your support. Thank you.
A bright future for New Albany, learning from our past with an eye towards the future. Hello, I'm Dave Barksdale, candidate for New Albany City Council at Large. Born and raised in New Albany, I am the son of Eldon and Betty Harmeling Barksdale. I'm a 1971 graduate of New Albany High School, a 1975 graduate of Indiana University Southeast with bachelor's and master's degrees in elementary education. And I'm a retired public school educator of 36 years in the West Clark Community School Corporation. I've been married for 38 years to the former Debbie Schuler. And together we have 2 married adult children, DJ and his wife Katie, and Carrie and her husband Cole, and 3 grandchildren, Eli, Emma, and Roy David, with another on the way. I attend St. Mary's Roman Catholic Church with my wife, where she is a member.
And we also attend St. Mark's United Church of Christ, where I'm a member. I've been involved in numerous organizations throughout the years, and some have included a former St. Mark's Council board member, a founding member of Friends of Culbertson Mansion, and a former board member and treasurer of the New Albany Fire Museum. My present involvement include being the state-appointed Floyd County historian. I'm president of the Floyd County Historical Society, member of the City of New Albany's Tree Board, board member of both Develop New Albany and Keep New Albany Clean and Green. I'm a member of the St. Mark's Archives Committee, and I've written several books along with several hundred house histories on New Albany. Presently, I'm authoring a new book with friend Greg Sekula entitled Historic Homes of New Albany. My 3 campaign issues include: continue the revitalization of downtown New Albany. The downtown is the heart of our community, not just New Albany, but all of Floyd County. With the tremendous progress our downtown has made over the past few years, it is imperative to keep the momentum going with a continued influx of businesses and downtown housing coming in to the central business district. Secondly, build healthy neighborhoods in all areas of the city. Just as the downtown is the heart of the community, the neighborhoods are the veins and arteries supplying it. Personally, I believe strong neighborhood associations help build stronger and safer neighborhoods. And lastly, establish a business-friendly environment. Attracting new businesses and industry to the city while retaining the established ones is going to be crucial to the future progress of our city. In closing, it is my hope that I can bring the educational and people skills along with my community involvement knowledge to the table when I become your next at-large New Albany City Councilman. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Al Knable and I'm running for New Albany City Council at large. During the next few minutes, I'd like to share with you a little about myself, why I'm seeking the office, and why I'm the best person for the job. I'm 48 years old, and I've become a New Albanian twice in my life, once by birth and once by choice. My father was Alfred Knable Sr., the dentist, so if you ever spent any time in his chair, I feel your pain and perhaps you can feel some of mine. My mother is Lil Knable, who worked at Samtec for more than 20 years, now enjoying retirement in New Albany. I'm the middle of 5 intelligent, opinionated siblings. As such, I've learned the art of compromise, a skill that might come in handy on a historically contentious New Albany City Council. I'm married to Jessica St. Clair Knable. Together we have 4 children. Jess and I are both graduates of New Albany High School. In fact, we're both WNAS alumni, and we're very proud to say that all 4 of our children are following in our footsteps in the public schools. After graduating New Albany High School in 1984, I attended Purdue University and graduated in 1988. From there, I went on to Indiana University Medical School, graduating in 1992, and completing a residency in dermatology in 1996. From there, I served in the United States Air Force for 4 years on active duty, leaving in 2000 with the rank of major. After the service, I entered private practice, joining Associates in Dermatology. In 2009, I became one of the managing partners, helping guide the largest dermatology group in Kentuckiana, balancing multi-million-dollar budgets annually and employing approximately 80 individuals at multiple locations in both Indiana and Kentucky. In addition to practicing medicine, I have made it a priority to stay active in the community. I am a member of Holy Family Catholic Church. I currently sit on the boards of the Silver Hills Historical Society, the Salvation Army Advisory Council, Rauch Industries President's Advisory Council, the Horseshoe Foundation Grants Committee, and I currently serve as the president of the New Albany Floyd County Education Foundation. Why, you might ask, should a person get involved with the community? Well, number one, it's fun, it's challenging, and it really makes the day go fast, and it's very rewarding. Specifically on the city council, I became concerned when roughly 4 months ago there was a quote in the New Albany Tribune from one of our current council members who stated that there was so much we could be doing. The question I posed to myself was, if there's so much we could be doing, why are we not doing it? How much time on the council does a person need before they can become active and start to solve some problems? One of the things my parents taught me was to not be content sitting on the sidelines, not to be a whiner, not to be a complainer, but to identify specific problems and be part of the solution. Almost 30 years ago, I sat at an interview for admission to medical school. I was posed the simple, direct question, why do you want to be a doctor? In that moment, I resorted to honesty, as is always the best policy, and my simple, straightforward answer was, I want to help people. And I think I've succeeded in that. Now I find myself similarly asked, why run for city council? Why get muddied in local politics? My answer is the same now as it was then. I want to help. After our time in the Air Force, Jess and I could have settled anywhere to raise our family. We had offers from across the country. But we love this city. We love its people. We chose to become New Albanians a second time because we believe its best days are yet to come. If you believe this too, we need to talk. I look forward to listening to anyone who genuinely cares about this community. As the campaign season progresses, I'll be speaking more specifically about what I believe we can accomplish together. In the meantime, this May, let's elect individuals who believe in serving New Albany and her citizens. Thank you for your time and your consideration.
Hi, my name is Brad Bell, candidate for New Albany City Council at large. First, I would like to thank the young men and women here at New Albany High School and WNAS for allowing all of us candidates the opportunity to come into your living room and talk about the issues and things that we are thinking about in the upcoming municipal race. Over the past several years, there's been tremendous growth in historic downtown, also the 265 corridor around Charlestown Road. I would like to see that growth continue all over New Albany, including a plan that I have for the old Colonial Manor Shopping Center on Charlestown Road. This complex has sat vacant for many years. Even a couple of grocery stores have tried it but have failed. What I would like to do is turn it into a family-friendly, fun destination, the only one in the area. I would seek out an anchor store such as a Chuck E. Cheese or a Puzzles Fun Dome type of location. And then the outlying stores would also be family-friendly, such as hobby stores or bookstores, maybe even comic book stores, and so on. This type of shopping complex would be the only one in the area and would be a true unique addition to New Albany. Secondly, two-way streets have become a huge hot-button issue in New Albany. While I agree that some streets can be converted to two-way, I think converting Spring and Elm would cause more problems than what it would help. The spec study suggests that we will receive much more traffic once the tolls kick in on the new bridges. I don't think this is the case. Jeffersonville and Clarksville residents will not drive more than 20 miles out of their way and add much more than that in gas to avoid a $1 toll. There are many ways to help solve the speeding issue on Elm and Spring Streets, such as an increased police presence. Not to mention, it's going to be very profitable for the city of New Albany. Converting Pearl, Bank, Market, and several of the other side streets would also make the city more walkable and inviting to downtown residents. I also feel that the city would benefit by increasing and bettering the street markings on the streets, such as street signs, repaired lights, and even better sidewalks. Lastly is public safety. Yes, our public officials hold a big part of the general budget, but my question is, shouldn't it? Our public officials are there when we need them, whether it's fighting crime or putting out fires or making medical runs and so on. Public safety will always have a friend with me on the City Council. These are just a few of the issues facing our city that are important to me this election year. You can always keep up with where I stand on issues by visiting my website at facebook.com/Brad Bell for City Council. Thank you for your time, your attention to the candidates that are running for office, and most of all, I thank you for your vote.
Yes, first I want to thank WNAS for inviting the candidates in here for this forum. I had intended to talk about change basically in this, And every time I come through those doors, I'm really struck by the changes that have occurred here since I was a student. It's just phenomenal to me. When I began to think about running for re-election, I had to think about it quite a bit because, on the one hand, I think of being a councilman as being a very good honor. Being elected to any level of government is a high honor, I think. But on the other hand, it's a big time commitment, and it does have its share of frustrations. So change, as I was going to say, is inevitable. On the coming city council, we have one member who's not even going to run for re-election. So there will be a new lineup there, and I don't know how that will affect things, but I look forward to the new council and hope to be a part of it. Since being first elected to the council, I've had to change my view of how the council works. I naively thought that when I became a councilman, I could just take my ideas and make New Albany a better city. But that is not exactly the way it works. You have to build a consensus on the council. Mainly what we do is we react or respond to the initiatives by the mayor or the administration. So my decision to run again boils down to the fact that I do think that my voice will be valuable on the council and guiding the change that we're going to see. Part of the background that I bring to the council is I have a strong 20-year plus experience in the environmental field. I've worked in the recycling industry for that amount of time, and prior to that I've been a strong environmental advocate, and so I hope to bring that to the council. It informs any of the decisions I would make there. My wife and I are even involved in the ownership of a historic property, which is also, I think, at the bottom line is an environmental commitment. It helps save a building. It helps to revive a neighborhood. Some of the accomplishments I've looked at trying to look over the past few years is I think it's 2013, we had a vote came before the council for the House legislature Indiana House had proposed a constitutional amendment to ban same-sex marriage. When we stood and heard from the people who were out in the audience telling us about their hopes and fears, it was gratifying to feel that we were, at that moment, we were their government. We were the ones they came to talk to when they had these concerns. And so that's the kind of thing that is one of those honors, I think, that I spoke of earlier. In 2010, we had a sewer system that was just about to, pardon the pun, go down the drain. It was in bad financial shape. We were discharging polluted water into the river. The council took some steps to bring stability back to that utility, and today we're on a much sounder financial footing. We have an A+ bond rating, and we're no longer discharging, barring some kind of an unforeseen accident, we're not discharging polluted water into the river. The parks were overhauled in the last couple of years. There was an inequity between the city and county funding of that joint venture at the time. That has been changed, and I think now the New Albany parks are on a much sounder footing and should continue to provide recreational activities for the citizens for a long time now. A couple of initiatives that the mayor has undertaken directly address the park situation. One is the building of the aquatic center. The other is the Silver Street Park at the old Hoosier Panel site. I wasn't truly on board on that aquatic center in the beginning, and so I went out and I went door to door and asked citizens what they thought. I talked to a couple hundred people and got really no negative response. So even though I was skeptical at the beginning, and I'm still skeptical to some extent as it unfolds, but at the beginning that skepticism was pretty much wiped away by the overwhelmingly positive response of the citizens. The Silver Street Park, I really didn't need any convincing on that, and just the other day, a week or so ago, went in there and took a visit at that facility, and I think that what that says for the Fairmont Park neighborhood there is very hopeful, and I think that we'll see a revival of that neighborhood down the road, which is already starting. Looking ahead to the next 4 years, hopefully, one thing I hope to see is a bold rollout of these street reforms that are being considered. It's not just where there's a street study that was done and it's being vetted before the community, and it's not simply a change from one-way to two-way streets. It's also making New Albany a more livable community. That livability is important for commerce. It's also important for sustainability, and it allows us to we have a very good housing stock in New Albany here and close to the center of town. And we can take advantage of that by making the community more walkable, more livable. That leads to another concern which has recently come up, which is code enforcement. It's a perennial concern. And what we need to do on that is to make sure that New Albany has a very high concentration of rental property. We need to make sure that the people who offer their properties for rent take extra care in the safety that they are renting out to the community. So those people need to be held to a higher standard, and that may involve rental registration. It may involve just keeping a registry of repeat offenders and singling out people who are slumlords. Another thing, an asset of New Albany is a lot of historic buildings, and we need to, I think, establish a registry of an endangered list, if you will, of those historic properties, and we can then take steps to ensure that those properties are protected. Finally, proper placement of a dog park. If we're going to build this dog park, it's obviously an asset to the pet owners, but we need to use that infusion of city funds to take advantage of cleaning up blighted areas, perhaps making the Greenway a more fulfilling trip for people to take, so you have dog owners go down and maybe place the dog park adjacent to that river Greenway. In closing, I'd like to say every election truly is about change. This election is no exception. And I honestly believe that I can be a positive force in helping guide the change that we will inevitably see in the next 4 years. And I ask for your support and your vote. Thank you.
My name is Hannigan Beardsley Roseberry, and I am running for New Albany City Council at large. I will work tirelessly to help New Albany to claim its place in the region as a leader in culture, commerce, and community. I grew up here. In fact, 20 years ago, I was walking these very halls as a student and worked in the WNAS studio myself. Now I'm raising my 3 sons here, and I'm a high school teacher, and I want New Albany to be the strongest community it can be. I want it to be a place where my sons and my students will one day want to live when they are adults. This means making New Albany safe, welcoming, and forward-thinking. We need to be a place where families and people will want to live, work, spend their money, and raise their families. We need to ditch the sidekick status. New Albany has the potential to be the leader in southern Indiana, but we need a big picture plan. We need more transparency and a clear goal. Who do we want to be as a city, and how are we going to get there? We've spent too much time being reactive. It's time to be proactive. This means making a big picture plan. The bridge tolls are coming in 2016. What are we doing to get ready? The communities around us are working to plan ahead with riverfront development, public art, hotels, and booming downtowns while we are waiting. I am a planner and a doer. I make things happen. To continue to develop economically, we need to increase the quality of life for our residents. We need a stronger cultural center which should include a community theater and arts center. We have two of the most nationally renowned high school theater programs in the entire country, including the one right here in this building. And then we have no consistent opportunities for performance once you're out of school. We're losing these vibrant, passionate, creative young people because we don't provide opportunities for them. And right now, to do something after dinner in New Albany, you have to leave, taking your hard-earned money to spend in neighboring communities. What about the numerous vacant lots and buildings all throughout the districts in New Albany? We need to work to fill in those vacancies to make New Albany more welcoming for its citizens, as well as for businesses, both small and large. There is so much potential for economic development throughout our city, but we need to make best use of the resources we already have. New Albany is ready to ditch the sidekick status. We are so much more than the sunny side of Louisville. For more information on my campaign and how to get involved, visit me online at www.hannigan4na. That's Hannigan, the number 4, na.com. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name's Dan Coffey. I'm running for 1st District City Council. I'm currently your city councilman in that district. I wanted to talk to you today. I wanted to tell you some of the things that's been going on with the city and how positive it's been. If you've seen what's going on with their parks, we did a $19.5 million bond issue, and we're not only upgrading our parks, but we're expanding. In the city, we're doing an aquatic center, and we're doing a huge center over off of Silver Street. And to give you an idea how positive this has been to our children, we had over 400 people sign up the first day for the Little League baseball team. We've never had anything like that. We're also continuing to expand, and we're going to convert a building to a senior citizen center. That's the first in New Albany, and it's time that we've done such things. I want to talk to you about some of the equipment and the upgrading we've done. We spent over $5 million in the last 3 years on roads. Now, if you live on a road that's not paved, I understand it's not enough. But we're keeping pace. We'll spend another $2 million this year, and within about 3.5 years, we should have all of our roads caught up. Then we can start maintaining them better. We've tore down roughly 70 to 75 houses that were hazardous and were really a detriment to our neighborhoods. And for the first time, we've actually been getting this money back. We either get the lots or we get the money back for tearing these houses down so we can move forward. We got people out there. We got a program now where we clean up the alleys. We had sad news with Pillsbury. That's 400 jobs. And I will tell you this, though, for the first time again, New Albany has grown and come to the point to where other companies are looking at us. We didn't get Toyota, but do you know Toyota was looking to maybe build a plant here? They actually met with our people, and we were very close to get this. That's a first. The 400 jobs that we're losing out Pillsbury, it might only be 300 because of the canning next door, that they were including that 400. For the first time ever, this city was able to offer $7 million to keep them here. Now, $7 million sounds like a lot of money, but the money that we generated or was generated from this company far surpassed that. Even though we had people on the council that fought some of these projects, and I'll give you a perfect example, the ladder truck. New Albany, the city of New Albany was having to borrow the ladder truck from the fire department from Sellersburg. And you understand, if we had any fire in any one of our high rises, that would have put our elderly at a tremendous or it could have become a tragedy, let's put it that way. We were putting them in danger. We were able to purchase a truck, and we did. And this council, everybody voted for it, but now they're saying, well, maybe we shouldn't have bought it. Yes, you got to upgrade, and you got to keep your people safe. We've upgraded our police car fleet, and we're not totally there yet, but we did appropriate the money in the last 2 years. We've bought, or we're buying 27 cars that'll get all of our cars up to date, and they'll all look alike. We take care of the safety equipment that our police and our fire need. We bought equipment for our street department. We've knocked off over $30 million in sewer bond debt. That's a tremendous amount. We were able to do this, one, because of refinancing, because this administration, and there's some members on this council that believe in working together, we were able to take a B-, almost junk bond rating status for our city that we were left with and bring it up to an A+. And you've not had a sewer rate increase or stormwater increase in the last 3.5 years. Before, we were living with them all the time. Let me look here. One thing I did want to point out, there's confusion about TIFs. And I don't know, can you see this, or do I hold it up? Can you see it here? Okay, I got the thumbs up. Let's say this is a TIF area right here. And these are the improvements that's on this TIF area. I'm sorry to take this time, but I want to show you that step by step. Now, well, we'll hold this up here. The state and the city and the county all collect, and the school system, the taxes off of the way it is here. Now, when we TIF this, what happens is any new development stays with the TIF area, which means the city captures 100% of the new development. Now, that's forward thinking. If you sit there and think about it, what we've been able to do, we've used it for sewers, we've used it for roads, we've used it to induce other companies to come in, which we've got several now looking to come in. We're competing with up there in Charlestown, but we're holding our own. It makes sense to sit there. Nobody's losing any money. We're gaining 100%. And yet you'll have council members and some running for other offices tell you that this is a mistake. No, it's not a mistake. It's a mistake if you don't capture 100% of the tax value. I also want to point out, too, that we have some that talk about that we're spending too much money, like on our parks, $19.5 million. The same ones that are saying that are the same ones that were upset because instead of spending the money on our people, our community, they wanted a group out of Washington, D.C., they wanted the city to pay for a roughly $20 million parking garage and give it to this group. Give it to them, title to it, so they could use it for collateral to build what they wanted to build. And then in turn, the city had to lease this building back. I can't believe these people are actually going out and asking you for your support without telling you what they were doing. We've got people that's investing in our community like never before. You got people like Rush, Paget. Let's see, I can't think of the other fellow's name. They'll roughly have 300 units downtown of new development or taking old buildings and redoing them for people to move into. New Albany is having positive growth, and it's not costing the taxpayers anything. For the first time, we're actually running the city like a business. And on the one end, the people say they want you to run it like a business. Well, they're not happy because it's not going to the very few people they want it to go to. We're also taking care of the people in our community. And here again, you got a small group over here say, well, this, that, we want this, we want that. No, you got to take care of the community as a whole. Think about it. A+ rating. Our debt is well manageable. We're in a positive cash flow. and we're actually doing things for our children, our senior citizens, and we're keeping our rates at the same. I hope you agree with me that we got to keep moving forward the way we're doing, and I thank you.
Hi, I'm Greg Phipps, and I'm running for re-election as the 3rd District City Councilman as the Democratic candidate. I'm a lifelong resident of New Albany. I attended Fairmont Elementary, Hazelwood Junior High, and graduated from New Albany High School in 1979. I attended Indiana University Southeast and earned a Bachelor of Arts degree with a major in sociology. I attended graduate school at the University of Louisville and earned a Master of Arts with a major in sociology. I'm a member of the Alpha Kappa Delta Honor Society and the Tau Kappa Epsilon fraternity. I'm employed at a local university as a member of the resident faculty in the sociology department. I'm an active member of St. Paul's Episcopal Church, where I serve as an acolyte, a member of the Altar Guild, and a member of the Worship and Liturgy Committee. When I ran for election 4 years ago, my campaign motto was, "It's time for change." And during the past 3 years, significant changes have occurred in the city of New Albany. Let me summarize some of the ordinances and appropriations that I sponsored and were subsequently approved by the City Council. First, an updated human rights ordinance with expanded protection against employment and housing discrimination. Second, an ordinance prohibiting roadside collections, which placed both the collectors and the motorists in danger at our city's busiest intersections. Third, revision of our property codes, prohibiting indoor furniture and appliances on porches and in front yards. Fourth, the addition of new emergency notification sirens at the Spring Street Firehouse and at Bicknell Park, providing better emergency notification for residents of the 3rd District. Fifth, appropriations for the funding of the Bicentennial Park in downtown, which is used for summer concerts and that attracts many people to our downtown. Sixth, appropriations for the funding of bicentennial events that occurred during 2013. Seventh, the annexation of the Grant Line West Industrial Park into the city limits of New Albany. Eighth, a resolution establishing the By the River's Edge Art, Culture, and Entertainment District to help bring tourism to New Albany. And last, appropriations for paving and street repair. In addition to these, I voted in favor of the following ordinances and appropriations sponsored by my fellow councilmen. Appropriations to Haven House, the Salvation Army, and St. Elizabeth's, and the Pack the Bus program. Funding for numerous new police cars, a new fire truck, fire equipment, and renovation to our city firehouses. Appropriations for the improvements to our city parks and soccer fields, the creation of the new Silver Street Park and Sports Complex, and a new state-of-the-art aquatic facility that will open this summer. Appropriations for unsafe building demolition and summer weed removal programs. Resolution requiring the filing of all city documents from the various boards in the office of the city clerk for better transparency and easier access. And I voted against raises for the city council and providing insurance for councilmen. I'm running for re-election because I believe my work is not complete, and we need to sustain the progress and development that's vital to our city's future. One critical issue is creating safer streets for motorists, bikers, and pedestrians. The city commissioned a study of the street grid by the nationally known firm of Speck and Associates. The report concluded what experts have known for some time, and that is that two-way traffic patterns promote better neighborhoods, safer streets, and a cleaner environment. I will continue to fight hard for two-way traffic conversion for the downtown and midtown neighborhoods to help make the 3rd District safer, cleaner, and more livable. A second area is property maintenance and code enforcement. While some improvement has occurred, there remains numerous code violations relating to housing, property maintenance, and cleanliness. These violations diminish the quality of life for our city's residents and discourage new businesses from locating in New Albany. and most importantly, they lower our property values. If reelected, I will push hard for a stricter code enforcement to make New Albany a safer, cleaner, and more beautiful city. In conclusion, if reelected, I will continue to carefully and critically examine the issues brought before the council. I will listen to all sides and formulate my decisions based on data and reason, not on emotions or political posturing. You can rest assured that I will continue to make the right decisions for New Albany. I am a Democrat, but I'm willing to work with people of any political party who share my goal of making New Albany a better place to live